Hello everyone, welcome to my channel World of AWS. I hope you all are doing good. So we are continuing with Terraform tutorial, and in this video we are going to discuss about Terraform modules. Okay, so let's understand the basic first, that why we need to use Terraform module. Okay, in software engineering, don't repeat yourself dry is a principle of software development aimed at reducing repetition of software patterns. Means whenever you are writing your code and you need to follow the dry principle in your code development, means you don't have to develop the same piece of code if it has been developed by someone else. So instead of developing the same piece of code, you have to refer the code, you have to call the code, and you can use that same piece of code in your configuration, okay, wherever you need. So let's understand the challenge. Okay, let's assume there are 10 teams in your organization using Terraform to create and manage EC2 instances. Okay, so as you can see here, team 1 have their own piece of code to create the EC2 instance, team 2 have their own piece of code to create EC2 instance, and so on. Okay, so suppose if team 7 is coming, team 8 is coming, team 9 is coming, they have to create same piece of code to launch and provision EC2 instance, right? So that will increase the size of your code base, and that is not the ideal practice. Okay, so let's understand the challenge with this example. Okay, so repetition of code. So as you can see here, all team are repeating same kind of configuration to create and provision EC2 instance, right? Change in AWS provider specific option will require change in EC2 code block of all the team. Okay, so suppose if you want to change the provider, okay, here in the configuration of Terraform, then team 1 to team 6 all they have to change the provider version or whatever configuration you want to change, okay, in their code base. Okay, so that is not ideal, and lack of standardization. Okay, so we are not following the standard way to create our Terraform configuration, difficult to manage. So suppose if we have this much file and that file is getting used by separate teams, okay, then it will be difficult to manage that larger base code base. Okay, that kind of larger code base. Okay, difficult for developer to use as well. So if we have that much larger code base, it will become like tedious to manage this kind of code base by the developer. Okay, so let's go ahead and see the better approach. In this approach, the DevOps team has defined the standard EC2 template in a central location that all can use. Okay, so suppose if we are creating here the standard like configuration for EC2 instance to provision and create EC2 instance. Okay, so what it can be do, what like this configuration will do. So we just have to call this like configuration template. Okay, and team 1, team 2, team 3 and team 4 and so on, all team can call this configuration and this template. Okay, and they can provision simply EC2 instance. They don't have to like write same piece of code again and again, and they don't have to invest the time. Okay, and it will be really easy if we want to change the any provider version or any kind of configuration, that because we are like storing our Terraform configuration, okay, in central place. Okay, if something like we need like instance type to t4.micro or something t2.micro, then simply we just have to go to the central repository where we are keeping this standard template, okay, and we just have to change the instance type and it will be applied to all the teams, okay. We don't have to go to team 1 repository, team 2 repository and so on, okay. We just have to make one change in the central repository and that can be used and reflected to all the teams, okay. So this is the ideal approach, okay. So introducing Terraform modules, okay. Terraform modules allow us to centralize the resource configuration and it make easier for multiple projects to reuse the Terraform code for projects, okay. So if we having this kind of central like Terraform module that can be called by any team that belongs to your organization or outside of your organization, they can call the same piece of code if they have the module access, okay, and they can provision the EC2 instance quickly and they will follow the best practices that are defined by Terraform, right. So this is the importance of using Terraform module, okay. So as you can see here, multiple module for a single project. Instead of writing code from scratch, we can use multiple ready-made modules available, okay. So here we have EC2 module, here we have VPC module that can be also used by all the teams, okay. Suppose team 1 want to create EC2 only, okay, so they can call this module, and team 4 want to create and provision the VPC, so they can call VPC module and they can provision the infrastructure, okay. And suppose team 2 need EC2 as well as VPC as well, so they can call this both module and they can provision the VPC as well as EC2 as per their requirement, okay. So this is the use of Terraform module, that how we can use Terraform module, okay, and follow the best practices and that is defined by Terraform. So this is all about Terraform modules. I hope you found this video informative and helpful. If you have any query, any confusion regarding Terraform module, then do let me know in the comment section, and do not forget to subscribe my channel. And if you are new to my channel, then do check out my other playlist as well. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.